Everyone, Nikolai here from FinanceFeeds. We're here in beautiful Miami, Florida for the TradeTech FX conference. I'm here with Travis Schwab from Eventus System, founder and CEO. Travis, welcome to the conference.
Thanks, great to be here.
Listen, we've covered a lot of news about Eventus over the last year. You guys are on a roll. Can you talk about some of the things that have taken place in 2021 in terms of growth and progress, new clients, things like that?
Yeah, sure. No, thanks for asking. Last year really was a banner year for us, and so from kind of started with our Series B. We raised $30 million to scale the company, even greater than what we've done in the past. We had record years from number of clients, number of asset classes. We really moved into some other geographic areas too that was very exciting for us. So moved into Canada, moved into Australia, really created great points of presence down there as well. So, and really the company, 2 years ago we were 15, 20 people. Now we're 90 people globally. So really the entire organization has changed top to bottom. So it's really exciting.
And talk a little bit more about Canada and Australia. So we're talking about cross-asset, cross-market surveillance products. Are they specific to ASIC and IROC sort of regulations?
Yeah, it's a great question. So short answer is yes. So we're always responding to various regulatory responses or regulatory bodies locally or regionally. And Australia, really, it's an equity kind of futures play, so we're starting in that market and growing from there. In Canada, we're really starting on the crypto side of things. And so as these rules are changing and being adopted all over the globe, we're working with our clients to make sure they're in compliance. And so some firms are taking a very innovative approach to that, maybe jumping ahead of the curve, and other clients are just responding to what exists. And so we really, our infrastructure, our software platform can handle both.
And another question sort of on the topic of regulation. I'm sure most of your clients are looking for solutions that are essentially required for them to have in one shape or another.
Right.
One of the things that I hear virtually all the time at industry events is, oh, great, more regulation. Kind of, how do you guys feel about that in the sense that we all know that regulations today, both for FX and for crypto, are quite fragmented across the whole world? And kind of how does Eventus sort of in the global scheme of things help clients achieve compliance essentially?
Yeah, for us, markets never become less regulated. In the history of financial markets, since like Etruscan urns, thousands of years ago, there's more and more regulations. But why is that? And markets get regulated or adopt regulations for a safety reason. And what happens is that market grows. And so because the market is safer. And so you're just starting to see that play out in the crypto space. And so even last week you had the chairman of CFTC talk about the fact that the CFTC should be regulating spot crypto markets. It's going to happen, and in the FX space, you have the FX Global Code. That's some level of adoption, but it doesn't have the regulator teeth behind it. And so, in general, we are responding to the markets and providing software solutions to help these firms comply. And so we never cheer regulation, but what we do is try to make sure that you're working with and optimizing your infrastructure around those regulations. And in general, I would say, speaking from someone that's been in capital markets for 25 years, regulation in general is positive over the course of time because it makes the market safer and it allows more participants to join. And so now I think that we'll see that same thing reflected in the crypto and FX markets today.
And I know that you guys, you're sort of the go-to company for surveillance when it comes to crypto. How does Eventus sort of help more traditional firms that are, dealing with more traditional assets like FX equities and things like that? Yeah,
we actually started in the U.S. Equity market when we actually rolled out, which is the most prescriptive regulatory structure on the planet. And so the idea was, if we start with the most challenging, then really almost every other asset class is almost peeling away pieces of that infrastructure. And so for us, we really cover all asset classes, both traditional and crypto. It's and as we continue to kind of expand into other geographies, and as other asset classes adopt more regulated, transparent infrastructures, we're well positioned to be in the middle of that. And so cash treasuries is a great example of that. You have this massive market today that is starting to adopt more and more traditional, let's call it U.S. equity-focused regulation. We have several now cash treasury clients that are using us to surveil their activity to comply with the rules. And so that will just continue to play out. We're as excited on the traditional markets as we are on the new crypto markets.
Could you elaborate more on Project 10? I think that was pretty big news last year, how that's evolving.
Yeah, we're really excited. So we announced this initiative last year called Project 10. 10 is the three initials of the firms involved. So T is TRM Labs, E is Eventus, and N is Nota Bene. And so the idea really behind this is a single pane of glass to help firms with compliance, all things digital assets. And so you have off-chain compliance, which we do really well, the trading activity happening either on exchange or off exchange. You have the on-chain compliance, which is TRM Labs. You're looking at the life cycle of the chains themselves. And then you have the compliance with the travel rule, which is what Nota Bene is. And so really the idea is to have a synthesized solution so that you could be a client of any one of those three firms and still get all the benefits of the technology that we're bringing. And so we're really excited, and we continue to kind of expand how that integration and that infrastructure is developing. So it's just because there's still a lot of moving regulations. People are still kind of unclear what pieces of the puzzle that they need to be adopting, but we're well positioned to handle really anything that they need going forward.
Great, thank you. And looking ahead, I know it's February. We still got most of the year ahead of us. Any sort of any information you can share on what's coming? Any more funding rounds or other partnerships for 2022?
We will definitely be. We made our first acquisition at the end of last year in a new space that we're not quite ready to announce yet, but that's a very exciting initiative for us. And so there'll be some more information to come out of that later this year. For us, it's the digital asset space is again a tremendous area for us to grow. And then as far as funding rounds or anything else, I don't know yet. We'll see how that goes and how business goes. But we're really focused on scaling the company as we are today and capturing all the opportunities. So very excited about this year.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us early here today on day one or day two, however we want to call it, at TradeTech FX. Travis, thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So much.
Thanks.